my name is Gareth and welcome to Fat Pigeon Reviews and welcome to the second episode of the affordable audio series. And that's why we're looking today at the Wharfedale 9.0s. Because believe me, they are affordable. They are $59.99 at the moment on Amazon for a pair. Now, they're not the biggest speaker in the world, as you can see. I'm not sure what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit bigger when I got them in the box, but then when the box turned up, it was very small and you think, oh, there's two in there. But no, yeah, they're a great sounding speaker for their size. Now, they have a 25mm dome tweeter on the top here, as you can see. They're front ported, so they weren't too bad to place in the room. And it's got a 4-inch Kevlar bass mid-range driver. Frequency response on them is 60 Hz to 24,000 Hz. So they don't get low, but they get low enough. They've got a nice punch to them. I wouldn't say they were low end. But again, look at the speaker. They're only a small form factor speaker. Now, they're a 6 ohm rated speaker, which surprised me a little bit because of how small they were. And they're 86 decibels as well. So the 86 decibels, not hard to run. They're somewhere in the middle, the 86 decibels. And the 6 ohm side of it, I was a bit, they're going to take a bit of power, but they really didn't. I ran them on my Dow Audio amplifier. I've got a video, check out my videos, and I've got a review on that as well. But I ran these, on that amp, and absolutely fine, flawless. Like I say, I was a little bit worried with the 6 ohms, but don't be worried, they're absolutely fine. The power rating on these is 75 watts, between like 10 and 75 watts to get your best out of them. So as long as you've got an amp within that range, they'll be absolutely fine again. They've got just the 2 binding posts on the back, the red and the black, just plastic. Again, you're not getting metal, you're not getting this higher end stuff, because they're $59.99. I can't stress that enough. You have to realise that, you're not going to get all this. I mean, they're still absolutely fine. The binding posts are great. They're just normal binding posts. I mean, your speakers attached to them, and you can put banana plugs in them, which is great. Like I say, I use banana plugs a lot all the time, so I'm swapping speakers out all the time. So fantastic. At this price point, you do get your banana plugs that can go into them within the binding posts. Now, these also come in a light. Obviously, I've got the black pair, but they also come in like a light oak, a wood effect as well. The same price again. But yeah, so you have got 2 options if you were looking into getting some. Now, in my opinion, if you've got $59.99 or $60 to spend on a pair of speakers. Now, these are more near-field speakers for me. When I did my test, moving them around the room, getting the best out of them, I felt myself just like trying to creep forward a little bit because of how small they are. They don't lack in sound quality. They are good at sound quality. Their mid-range is quite lively, quite dynamic. And like I say, the treble's very good. The Kevlar, the little 4-inch driver, where the mid-range comes from, where the bass comes from, it's got this, like I say, this dynamic, it's a lively sound to it. But yeah, they've got this I don't know how they do it, they've got this subtle warmth when it comes to female vocals. And like I say, they're not a big sounding speaker. They don't fill your room with this music. But again, look at them, they're tiny. But the quality that comes from them is astonishing. It is astonishing. Again, they don't get down low. If you're a bass head and you want your low bass, your low frequencies to rumble your windows, you're not going to get that from these. Obviously not. But they have a punchy, nice, tight, very controlled bass to them. It's a very responsive. It can keep up with anything that I threw at it. The highs, they got there for me. Now, I'm not comparing them to a £1,000 set of speakers or whatever, but this, again, I keep saying about the price point, and it is a big deal when it comes to these speakers because they are punching above their weight. You could compare these to £150 speakers, £120, £150 speakers, and they'll keep up with them. Not necessarily the bass side of it, but I wouldn't buy these for the bass. But the clarity and the vocal clarity. And like I say, the distinct highs and the cymbals and the hi-hats and the notes and when you put dance music through these, because I do like a bit of dance music every now and again. A lot of the notes in dance tracks are ting tings and things like that, and it gets there. It's a nice rounding off. They're not harsh in any way. They're not bright. They're just an exciting, a nice little speaker to have, especially part of your collection. I mean, I keep saying it, but $59.99, grab a pair. run them in for a week. You will not be disappointed with the performance of this little speaker. Now, as you can see, it's got like a carbon fibre-y effect to it. I mean, it's obviously not carbon fibre, but it's not a bad looking speaker. I mean, it's a very simplistic design. It's just a black wooden box, and it's not too deep. It doesn't need to be. And it's front ported, like we said. It's a very straightforward speaker design. But I quite like the effect on the cone. It's not just a normal paper cone, like a lot of brands do with a lesser speaker, with a more affordable speaker. And like I said, with the front port, easy to position. Very easy to position. I didn't have any issues with positioning them at all. I mean, these are more likely a just put them down where you want type of a speaker. But again, I did feel myself trying to encroach a bit closer, just getting a little bit closer, just to try and get the sound from them that I wanted. Again, they're not room-filling speakers by any means. They're not going to do that, but they are a good quality speaker. They're a fantastic sounding speaker, I think, personally. Again, I know I keep mentioning the price, but I can't believe what these can produce for $59.99. No wonder they get fantastic reviews across the board online. For the room scale, for the Soundstage, you're not getting a massive Soundstage from them. I'm going to be honest with you, you really don't. But I think they're more for a near field speaker. If you had these on your desktop, they'd sing for you. They'd be absolutely fantastic, and you'd be over the moon with them. But in a room, I've got a 5 metre by 6 metre lounge, and it's got to fill that room. And clearly, they don't do that. I don't think they're designed to do that, and that's not their fault. And that's on me, really. But the Soundstage, like I say, there isn't much Soundstage there. You don't really get anything above. You don't get anything surrounded by it. I towed them in a little bit. I got them into a position, and you got a half decent sort of image from them. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't pinpoint accuracy. It wasn't directly there. You weren't, sort of like drawn into them. But again, I don't think they're that sort of speaker. They're like again, lively. They're a dynamic. I keep saying dynamic, but they've got this something about them. There's something about them. I just kept coming back to them and putting them on again, and I'll have a quick listen to them again. I'll have a quick listen to them again. And again, they put a smile on my face. So if you've got a speaker like this, even within my large lounge, I kept coming back and thinking, I'll just try this track on it. I'll try that track on it. I'll see how it copes with it. And like I say, with the dance tracks, because it's got that bass response that's punchy and fast responsive, it keeps up with these dance tracks and whatever you sort of throw at it dance-wise. I'm just doing a review on a speaker. I mean, Bluetooth speakers for me always sound a little bit mushy when it comes to rock, but these did a very good job of separating the different instruments. Not the best, but for, again, this price point, they did a very good job. I cannot emphasize enough what these can do. Smile on the face, like I say, smile on the face. I'll hook these up to the turntable, and that's where I got that warmth from. The warmth from the female vocals, and this richness from them was very good, astonishingly good. In fact, I really can't say enough about these, and I'm sort of glad I bought them. It's one of those speakers that, I mean, this is, like I say, because it's the cheaper range. Sorry, the affordable audio range. I'm just going to start buying stuff myself, and I was afraid that I'd buy a set of speakers for £59, £70, £80, and I wouldn't like them, and they wouldn't be any good. And I think, well, that's a bit of a waste of money. I've made a video out of it, and I've let you know. You've learned, not to buy those, or stay away from them, and that sort of thing. But with these, I am so happy that I bought them. Again, out of my own money. I don't get paid for any of these videos that I make. But these, just buy a pair. I mean, I'm not getting paid for this. No one's giving me money to say, sell these on your channel. I'm just so happy with my purchase. And I'd hope that you'd be the same if you bought a pair for They just get, within big rooms, I mean, these are designed for small rooms. Offices and small rooms. They're not designed for a medium-sized room or even a big room, especially not a big room like this one. And they just feel a little bit lost. They just get lost within everything. They're not producing the big sound. Again, of course they're not. They're a tiny little bookshelf speaker, and I didn't expect them to. But just to be aware that if you've got a big lounge, then they're not going to fill your room with the sound that you want. Now, I've put a CD player through these as well, and they were absolutely spot on with the CD player. They did exactly what I expected. Like I say, they haven't got low end. You go into buying these knowing that they haven't got any low bass frequency. They haven't got any low frequency. They've got a little bit, I mean, they go down to 60 hertz, which is, you know, an indication there that they're not going to get too low. But I'm not a massive fan of bass anyway. I would have liked a little bit more, but then I'd have to pay a little bit more. So I'm going to say they're absolutely fine for the bass. They are absolutely fine, at this, especially at this price point. I'm not sure if you if you can tell that I do like these little speakers. I'm going to try, I'm not sure, I'll look at some more than short speakers maybe for the next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair this up. This is the Affordable Audio series. And I did a review or a quick look at a NobSound amplifier that I got. I bought it for about £60. It's about £72 now, but that is the Pro version, so I think it's slightly better than one I've got. But yeah, for about £60, £70, with the £59, so for £130, I thought, let's do a sound demo. Let's do a test. So I'm going to review these. I've done a quick review on the little NobSound, and I'll do the review today on these. And then what we'll do is we'll pair them together. So for just less than £130, what will this sound like on that little NobSound amp? And again, I will put a sound test up of that scenario. So basically, in summary, it was just a quick review on how these perform. And as you can see, I am a big fan. But they are ideally meant, I think, for the near field. If you're putting them near field on a desk, you will be absolutely blown away by them, I think. This price point, I know I keep saying this price point, but for what these do produce, the sound quality and how high they can go in the mid-range and the dynamics and they're just an all-round good speaker. They don't do everything perfectly, but they do everything well enough. Again, they are a rounded speaker that you'd be happy with the highs, the lows, and the mid-range. The mid-range, again, is nice. It's a lovely sound that you're getting from them, especially from the vinyl when it adds that little bit of warmth to it, to the female vocals, even the male vocals. It's giving them something, this little bit of depth within their voice. Not depth to the speaker, you don't get depth or any, like I say, real soundstage from them, but it just gives the depth to the vocals, like a live feel from the vinyl. And the fact that that was able to come through these speakers, again, a smile on my face, thinking these can cope with quite a lot of what I'm throwing at them with the CD player. I tried my mini disc player through them and the vinyl, and I did Spotify through them. And everything I threw at it, they sounded good. They sounded good. So I think, hopefully, I'm going to enjoy this series. Because when you get, with the stuff I've been reviewing in the past, with the fine audios and the golden ear BRXs, they are phenomenally good speakers. But you sort of expect them to be, because of their price. I mean, the 501s, the F501s I tested, they were £3,500 and they filled the room and they were fantastic. And I loved them and they were great. But again, shouldn't they do that? They're £3,500. Same with the BRXs, the golden ears. They were phenomenally good on the high end and the mid-range. They were just an all-round fantastic speaker. But again, shouldn't they be for £1,500? I wasn't expecting much from this price point at the $59.99, and that's what's put a smile on my face, and that's why I've done a review on them, and that's why I'm looking forward to this affordable audio series, to see what you can get, what is going to put a smile on your face. And I think it's going to be a fantastic journey, and hopefully you'll join me in that journey. If you've liked the video, if you like this sort of stuff, if you're going to look forward to, you know, this audio range that we're going to do, this affordable audio range we're going to do, hit the like, hit the subscribe, you know, get involved. And then you can see all the new stuff I'm going to put on. Again, you can tell that I'm excited about this affordable range, because if you can find little gems like this, or I can find little gems like this, and it saves you doing it, then big thumbs up, really, surely. Yeah, it's going to help everybody out, I think. And again, I'm excited. I'm excited to find the next Wharfedale 9.0, let's just say that. I tell you what, I've rambled on enough. This was only supposed to be a quick little video so I could pair them up and do the sound test with a little NobSound. So I'm going to wrap it up. And like I say, these, just go and get a pair. If you've got $59.99 in the bank, even if you weren't looking at speakers, and you thought, I don't really need any speakers, just go and buy a pair. And then hopefully run them in for a week, set them all up, and it'll put a smile on your face. I mean, I don't think it's going to be as shock to you. I've sort of ruined it for you, and I apologise for that. I've ruined that out of the box, oh my God, sort of sensation, that feeling that you get thinking, I didn't expect that. And I think I've ruined that for you because of how much I keep going on about these speakers. So again, I'm going to wrap it all up. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please stay tuned. I keep saying stay tuned. It's like I'm from the 50s. Please hit the like, subscribe button so that you can watch the next video, because the next video I'm going to put on is going to be the NobSound and this as a sound demo to see what a £130 stereo system will sound like. And like I said, the NobSound's got the Bluetooth, so you can use your Spotify, your Tidal, straight to the amp, straight to these, and let's see what we can get for £130. So thank you so much for watching me ramble and get excited about a pair of Wharfedale 9.0 speakers. And hopefully, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for this, hopefully I'll see you in the next one.